I changed things today because you wouldn't adjust to me for fuck's sake. So I started the stream 5 minutes earlier, so we are live already. Because I hated that you start already, and like you start answering questions and everything, and like nothing is done yet. So we are start a virtual. Do I start a virtual camera for the people in Discord? Because no, you will stream and I don't need to see my face. I will not do. Okay. So hello. First of all.
Hello there.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
You do the. Yeah,
Yep.
very nice.
There we go. Alright, so today, guys, I will be introducing the what they call the community API for the upcoming community servers, and what can you do with the community server API, and how much you can customize at least the the in basic level. I will add more and more. So my goal there is pretty much what you call make you able to change server and like kind of mod it without you actually needing to go to the game files and do it. Like give you an API, you implement your own logic, whatever you want, but I don't want you to what you call go and dig the game files, decompile, and then like try to make it work, and then when there's a new version coming up, entire thing you did is gone, and you have to restart again. No, like instead there's a proper API for it. That's the entire goal. I will make examples here, and I will show you what sorts of things you can do with the current API, and what I have plans with it. This will be today's my end presentation. Actually, I'm very much excited to show, because I think when I show you guys what I mean, I think there will be a lot of ways that you will realize you can do different game modes rules with this thing. But we will wait a little bit first.
Yeah, let's get everyone in. So on my end, actually, there's not too much like we can talk about. I have been very busy this week, with a lot of meetings. A lot of things you've seen already, Oki. What I'm currently working on. There will be some really cool things coming. That's so far I can say, but like regarding content, I haven't been able to do anything pretty much this week. Sadly. I wanted to start with the Emirates and everything, the armored Humvees, but I just haven't been able to.
That's fine. I think the currently what I feel like is game has, yeah, of course it's never always enough, but I think more maps, more weapons will not make game any what you call more interesting. Like if I would put myself into someone who's playing the game like a player perspective, not a developer perspective, a new map will not make me that make me hype or make me interested, because like it's not that uncommon. I don't know. Like something else has to be making me more excited. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm focusing on community service this month. Is I think there's a lot of potential there that people can create their own game modes, or sort of ish game mode, their own rules, adjust the server settings to their own liking, and then what do you call create their own styles. Like Battlefield had it. Battlefield 4 had this sort of servers, and the reality is when I played Battlefield 4, I never played on official game modes. I always played on hardcore servers because that's what I liked. And if this hardcore servers weren't up, I didn't play the game. So I was playing on community servers, and what made me keep to play the game, and I enjoyed. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who feels the same way as I do, that wants to change the game to the different things. Like for example, I like Milsim more, so I want more slower game mode pace and a bit more bigger maps and a bit more punishing game mode. You may be enjoying more arcade-ish. Yeah, sure. Then there will be some person hosting the server with more arcade settings. You might be enjoying transportation taxi sort of game mode where everyone is using helicopter, and then pretty much, I don't know, doing some kind of helicopter school thing. I mean, it's up to you. I'm sure there will be someone hosting it when there's a proper API support for it. Anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about this because I already see some concerns from the chat That's XP and everything, and we've
Oh
talked
yeah,
about
that's
we've
the thing.
talked about it a lot
I
already.
will talk about it right now. I will talk about it right
You
now.
will do it? Okay, go for it.
Okay. So, as you know, Battlefield 2042 also had custom game modes, and do you guys remember what happened the first thing when they had it?
I don't because I never played it.
Well, everyone knows what happened. I mean, come on, who cannot imagine that was going to happen?
Ah, yeah, okay. I have seen that the XP farming, right?
Of course, the first person that's going to do is what they will do is that they will spawn 1,000 tanks and what you call make their HP very low or something in like farm it. Like pretty much XP farm servers were created, and then that was a disaster as well. So that's another concern we had, which actually biggest concern we had, which is okay, if we if we have progression on the community servers, then someone can technically farm the entire thing. Or make the server 1,000 times XP boost, right? And then anyone who joins literally rank 100 in couple of kills. I mean, we could do that as well. The problem there is that will destroy everyone who's grinding in the game, who likes the progression. I think it will destroy.
Yeah.
So
That
here
that
is what.
that
Yeah.
killed Bad Company 2 for me on PC. Like that for one point it was on Steam then, and you could play it, and like the ranking up was so crazy fast because the only lobbies you could ever find were bot lobbies, with like crazy high XP, where it's really sad.
So what's gonna happen there is we're gonna do it this way. I don't enjoy this, but I don't have any other solution than this. Like proper solution than this. If you are telling, hey, limit the amount of XP you can get, the problem there is like I don't know how well you are playing. Maybe you are playing better than others. Maybe we are playing less than others. And the reality is, game server does not really need you to be there. Like technically, game server can say, "Hey, this guy joined my server, and then he played for an hour, and then he gained what 5 levels, right? I mean, the technically server can exploit something like that. Like you don't have to actually join the server to do that. So XP cap per hour is just like XP cap per something is just not doable. So what we're gonna do there is we're gonna have official servers that we are hosting our own, which is the ones that you have your normal progression. You will have partner servers. What partner server is? We're gonna go and talk with server providers who hosts game servers and lets people rant, and they will make sure that admins doesn't have any access to the game server files. So the when someone runs from their server provider, the admins will not able to mod the server, so they cannot actually what do you call make the server like I don't know crazy XP count or something like that. And these will also have progression. But we will have to make sure that they are not doing anything. I will make sure that they are getting some kind of uh, agreement between them and them that they are not doing anything like griefing and XP farming. That will be just termination of their account, and then also their server and also everything between, etc. And the third one is self-hosting, which is you will able to self-host your server yourself. You don't have to rely on a server provider. But the thing is, no single progression. What you will do there is you will be responsible of storing your player's stats. It means you will deliver your own player stats. Like someone joins your server, there will be API call says what is the stats of this player. So what you will do is you will store those stats in some kind of database, some kind of I don't know desk if you want in memory. I don't know. It doesn't matter where you store. You have to store somewhere, and you have to get it back when someone joins it. You have to save it when someone leaves it. I will actually make an example right at the moment. And then there's other stuff. There's other stuff that will come to this. So Larry, if you don't have anything, I will share screen and start showcasing the entire thing.
Well, I could before you go in your endless rant. I could give you I could give a small update.
Okay, sure.
So last week I asked about the Make-A-Wish skins. If we should do skins for charity, because we are against microtransactions. If we do it, would kind of go into the tens of microtransactions. Yet we don't even make any profit from it. It would be like completely only for charity. So I've been.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after a very positive review from the people here and even the YouTube comments, yes, I've read the YouTube comments. I talked with Make-A-Wish, and we will probably make that happen. So we had a meeting already. We are looking to, like every brand thing, they are currently on their way to build a store page for that, which will probably take like 2-3 weeks. And okay, have you checked in the meantime? Well, you probably didn't. That we can add that we can have hats as unlockable, because it's their brand thing that you can't put skins on weapons. So we will do a hat. And yeah. So as soon as they figured out their store site, beginning, I don't know about my time, because there's that thing coming up next week. But probably I will try to push that hat through. Maybe even tomorrow, might have some time. Might do the hat already, so we have the content already. And as soon as they have their store up and we have everything figured out, we will launch the store then and make like, I don't know, a month-long charity thing out of it. That through month X, Y, and Z, everyone that owns the game can just buy that cosmetic on the store.
This is, of course, if you want to donate to charity. It's not forced. You don't have to do anything. If you wish, hey, I want to donate to charity, and then that's it. Then that's a way of you doing it, but it's definitely not forced. It's definitely optional.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to have like cool skins, it's like a microtransaction, and it's not what we wanted to go for, but at least like all money goes to charity. Like it is not even our store. It's nothing we provide, and we send the money later on there. Everything is just run on the Make-A-Wish platform, and you just get something in return for donating. And they gave me really cool info. So what is really cool about Make-A-Wish, I didn't know that. What they can do is they check where was donated from, and they are like in 40 countries. They have like offices in 40 countries, and they support 50 countries. And they check where the money came from, and then they will send the money back to like local offices, support things around your region. So if you support them, they will check for something that is close to you and support that thing, which is like really cool. So yeah, we will basically just raise some money for Make-A-Wish and like support things around your region.
One thing to mention again, we are not taking anything from the raised money.
No.
This all goes to charity. Like we don't take any single bit of it. It's all just we just add the skin they want in the game, and just we give them way to purchase through their platform. That's it. We don't get anything from it.
Well, except maybe some attention, but that is a side thing. If we talk about charity, yeah. So everything is on its way, and we will run probably some cool charity things with Make-A-Wish soon.
Okay.
That from my side.
All right. One person mentioned, what if there's like a separate stats? So I agree, it will be annoying. Again, I'm not enjoying this process as well. I wish there was a way where I can say, hey, you can have official stats and progression while you have mod server. But the thing is, you know where that will go. You are aware. You have been living in internet enough long enough that you know how it will be abused. So so the other solution was maybe like we have different, what do you call, stats only for community servers. The problem is, as soon as there is another stats hosted by us, that will be also official as well. That's the thing, and then it will have the same effect as being like official. Like if someone goes and makes it a central stats, that's fine, but that's community. But if I host myself, like if we host it, then it will be still official-ish. Like, like the thing is, as soon as there's a lot of people using the same like database, then having high stats in that database will be important. So someone abusing will be still powerful. Like, that's just a problem. Okay, I'm gonna show you examples already. So, okay, you don't. What I will show you is C#. If you don't know C#, you don't really have to understand it. This is all in English, and I will already explain what it is. I will already explain how it works. So right now, this is the editor. This is the game engine. Right now, it's running a server, a game server that in my PC local array. And I have a client right here that I can also connect it to this server, right? 1 second. I mean, you could actually give an example of here. The players are T-post in the server side, by the way. Anyway, I mean, so this is the server and client. So, whenever you host the game server, you'll have arguments like this, like name, password, like the entity you want. Face it could be an option. Right now, it's not an option. Hertz you want, the port, max ping you want, but you'll be able to change some of them already. Voxel mode, I will come to that later on. And then you have API endpoints, which is this is the thing you will be working with. You have some kind of top settings here, but I will disable most of them here. Like right now, for example, you have medic limit per team. This is very old. I will delete those, and you will implement those yourself. I will show you in a bit how you can implement it and what kind of logics you can implement, how much you can customize this thing. Anyway, so what happens is this game server right now, this game server connects to the server. This is also another server, an API server that you host. So right now, if I run it, which is listening on 29294 port, right now this game server just connected to this API server. So what happens is, here you have a bunch of callbacks. Like for example, on get player stats, on a player killed another player, on what do you call, on player connected when they change role, when they change team, when they disconnect, when they join a squad, when they left the squad, on when someone is requesting to change role. So let's get an example of on player requesting to change role, right? And then, oh, okay, my keyboard just fucked up.
You switched languages on keyboard again.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
happened to me a few days ago. Since I upgraded to Windows 11, it somewhat put German back into my keyboard settings. And
Example. Let's say you don't want snipers in your server, right? Let's say, I don't know, I'm just giving an example. Let's say you don't want any snipers in the server, right? So if the role is recon, just return false. And then other way, just return true. And that's literally all. That's it.
I think yet we should maybe still have like that easy thing. Like basically make it as easy as setting up a Minecraft server.
And then, okay, there you go. I cannot click on the recon anymore. And then what you can do now is, you can, if someone says, someone wants to choose recon, right? You can go and say the player message snipers are, I don't know, disabled, right? All right, let's say you want to implement maybe per team, right? Maybe you want to say, I want only 2 snipers per team instead of all the way limited. Okay, sure, you can do that as well this way. What you could do is, you could go to the game server, get all players, right? And then say, what you would do is in sniper per team, and then if this player's, okay, let's just say use item. The team is same as this team, and if this user is role is recon, then you can increment a counter here. So what we are doing right now is we're getting all the players in the server, and then we're checking if this player is same team as this player, the player that is requesting to change team, right? And we are checking if the current person that we are checking in this list is also recon, we increment a counter. And then what we can do is, if it's recon and if there's already more than two, you can say only two recon, what do you call, allowed per team. There you go. Like example. This is also another example. So this will also work as well. Or you can do it per squad, or insanely, I don't know how you would do this, but right now there's only one single person in the server, so I can't actually do it. Or what you can do is you could have technically a panel where people pay you to be sniper. Now, of course, I don't know if anyone would pay any server to just use sniper, but technically that's possible. What you could have is you could have I don't know, some kind of somewhere a list of people, paid members. This is up to you, and then you can say, okay, if it's recon and if the paid members has this person Steam ID, then what do you call?
if has
There you go.
if has
I mean,
subscribed to
this.
OnlyFans.
I mean, it's literally your own server, your own rules at this point. If your server has, I don't know, some kind of value that people really care to play there, and if people want to pay it, I mean, it's up to you. It's your server, but you can monetize the servers to some level. Like I'm fine with that, because I play Battlefield 4 and I seen lots of people where they were like VIP slots, etc. And then the thing is, these servers costs money also. Like they are not cheap. I mean, you could be using cheap server provider as well, but they're hosting the servers with some money, so they have to make money, right? So servers should have an way to also make their own money from community who wants to support the servers. So I'm not against to the what do you call servers making their own money. But the thing is, it's their responsibility to what do you call um to promote it and
on
do.
that occasion, Oki.
Yeah.
We will definitely come out with an EULA on server hosting, things you can and can't do. For example,
Yeah, exactly,
there is
exactly.
like someone in chat. I know it's a joke, but someone said like $20. You have to pay $20 to play with a vector. That is something that we will not allow. You shouldn't pay to play with a weapon. You should be able to support a server with like a VIP slot and whatever, but you will be limited to what you can actually sell. You can't sell like specific things on the
Oh,
server.
no, like no, that's not the thing. Okay, sell, you can. The thing is, if someone goes and sells the skins, like for example in the game we have skins, right? And someone resells them in the game, that's not something we will allow, no. But like if someone says, okay, I want to be VIP, and what do you call, if it's like a server where you get paid to win, if the admin choose to do that, there will be some line between so we will make it clear in EULA that what can be done, what cannot be done. So, but we don't want someone going and reselling the skins in the server. Like that will be just not nice way of doing it. All right, another example. Another example. Let's say someone wants to you want to implement some kind of vote map, but like your own, right? So you have on player type message. There we go. The player, channel, and I don't know, the message. There we go. And then, so this is pretty much a callback when someone types a message to the, what do you call, in the chat. So you could technically have, just give an example, if the message is vote kick, and then later after this point, you can add, I don't know, you can do some kind of vote kick initiate or something. But again, it's something that you will have to implement, but it's possible. Or what you could do is also you could have not what kick map, maybe like what mapping different mode map, for example, if it's like, I don't know, message is, I don't know, start map board or something, and then let's say this starts a map board or something here, and then later on, let's say you have /1, /2, /3, /4, right? So this is your player class. This is your player class, and there's like it implements this. So you can have a boolean here. Boolean is pretty much like a variable type that you can set either true or false. Dead vote, let's say, is false, and then if you can say if the message is, I don't know, /1, give an example, and if the player did not vote, right, then you can set it to true and increment what they call something here. So this way you make sure someone does not vote twice, right? But yeah, so this is all the server-side logic that you can implement, or anything else. You can have, I don't know, something like, I don't know, teleport me, for example, and then you can go player that teleport, right? The vector tree position you want to teleport the player, or I don't know, kill me if you want. There you go. You have the kill command. About the stats. So when someone joins the server, the game server will this will be called get player stats, the Steam ID. So what you're expected to return here is player stats, which is player stats. Player stats. What you can change here is you have progression, like rank. So technically, I can have a server where, again, this could be a paid subscription if you want, but let's say you have paid VIP members, and then you can say if this Steam ID is your paid member, you can have if paid member is paid member. I'm just gonna make a really fast call that isn't exist yet, but let's say this is your own function. You can have 200, and if it's not, there we go. And then, does this make sense to you guys? Like, does it? This should be pretty much in English. So you don't have to know what you call. You don't need to know C# or any coding language to understand this. This should be very simple and straightforward.
Well, you need to at least have a base layer of understanding, like code, but we should write documentation about this.
I will. Don't worry. I will sit and like write every single. I will get a lot of examples as well. So so right now.
To clarify.
Yeah.
Yeah. If, for example, admin have 5 servers, he can share.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I will paint it right now. Hold up. I will paint it in a second. Hold up.
The good old paint. Let's get professional. Let's get professional.
So you have your game server here. Another game server here, and then you have another game server here, and then you can have like a one API server, and all of them can be connected to this, right? And then they can all share stats, or you can have API server per one each instead of that's shared, but then it wouldn't be shared. Or what you can do is you can even have a game server that does not have this. Like there's nothing like API server. It's just standing alone. But that point, that time, it will have no progression. It will use the official stats, but people will not able to progress on it. If that makes sense. And you won't be able to customize too much at this point. You have to have an API server to customize it. This API language, the thing will be on C#, but I'm sure there will be a lot of people who can convert this to other languages easily, because it's all done in sockets. Like This part gonna be a bit more technical, what I will show, but this is pretty much the you are receiving this is pretty much sockets. There's a TCP listener on some here. There we go. Accept socket and then pretty much parse whatever you are receiving properly and then execute packages based on what you're reading, right? So if some again, this is more technical part. If you know how to write sockets in other language, you can examine the packages and create the create this API in another language as well. Yeah, it's very possible. Again, this entire thing, this already open source. Like it's already open in the GitHub repo. It's just someone has to go and sit and do it. I will support the C# officially. But if you want, you can fork it from my end and then I convert to Python or something. So right now, I made an example here, storage, which is let's say static storage player stats and then players. There we go. So and whenever you are requesting someone's stats, you have to return something. If you want, you can just return new stats, and this will be any new players, really empty player stats. Like they will have no progression on this thing, like nothing saved, nothing. It's just a new player stats. If you want to have progression, like for your server, this is example of on storing in this. So what you could do is var stats of what you call team ID, and if this is null, then I'll explain in a second for non-programmers. So what this does do is pretty much in given directory you have, it checks with the file with the Steam ID you have provided. For example, I have an example here. Database players. There we go. Like, for example, I have two different Steam ID of players data here. This is stored in disk at the moment, right? Which is a bunch of zeros at the moment. And then whenever you want to save it, it writes into that place, and when you want to read it, you just read it from that place with the given Steam ID. Pretty straightforward. If you don't know, again, scripting, this should still make sense what it does. Pretty much, if you are requesting some player stats, check the file that exists like this, and then if it is, read it. If not, what do you call? Just create a new one, your own, which is this one. If this return nulls. Okay, and then you have the other part where on save player stats. There's only one single problem I will show in a second with this thing. And then you have the say player stats of Steam ID, and argument 2 is the what do you call? There you go. That's it. So the thing is, you can implement your database here. You can implement anything you want here. But again, you are responsible of storing the saving and retrieving the stats of your players. So for example, let's say I don't implement this get player stats, right? Let's say I just didn't implement it, and if I start it right now and try to reconnect. So I will attempt to reconnect the server right now while it's running, and this is not implemented. Right now, this is not implemented. The thing is, you won't be able to connect to the game server because game server requires you to implement that and return it in 3 seconds. Because there's a queue, you have to do it you have to retrieve the stats of the player really fast, so other person can continue connecting to server. So let's say, let's return this back, and let's say, also you have role here, which is you have admin, moderator, special, VIP. So what you can do is you can have a list of admins, right? And then you can say is admin Steam ID, and you can put the Steam ID of the player. And if that's the case, then you can do roles admin. This means for non-programmers, this means you are giving that flag of admin flag in their roles. Imagine that way, and you can check. Another example is VIP user, right? And if it's VIP, you can give VIP role for this user, and if it's like moderator, whatever moderator. So this way you cannot do that kind of stuff. For example, let's say progression.rank is 200, right? And start this, and now I actually stop the server. Okay. So other things you could do is also there are callbacks. While this is running, I will just continue on this thing. There are callbacks like when you kill someone. For example, hold on. Let me actually wait until it starts. Did it already start it? No, not yet. Okay, I have to start again. 1 sec. Oh, it's actually connect. My bad. Anyway.
Did you break it already?
No, it's just the client started before the game server started. There you go. And I just connect to the server, and I am there. We go. Full 200 level. There we go. Because I said whoever joins make it 200 level, and that's it. So let's get to the other stuff. I already made a YouTube video about it to showcase it, but I will already give more. I will also show it here.
One thing.
Yeah.
If a stat is affected, could you put in the background that if you join a server, that it will display you, like next to the rules, that the stat is affected? So that not someone joins in and suddenly, hey, why am I lower or why am I higher?
Exactly. There will be very clear like difference telling, hey, this is a community server and not official stats. So we don't get worried somehow like, hey, I lost my progression, what happened? No, I definitely want to make sure you do understand while you're joining those servers. It's a different stats. Again. So other thing, let's say you have ability to let me show you what stuff you can do with the so right now you can kick, obviously. Oops, this is player stats, my bad. Okay, let's say on player killed another player, right? I don't know, async, and this is the killer, and 1 sec, there we go. Killer pose, victim, and victim pose, and the tool they used. So what you can do here is you can, let's say you're hosting a server and you don't want, you don't really want to, let's say if someone kills someone in certain places, you can technically teleport them to somewhere. Let's say, I don't know, if you lose, let's say, example again, Chris Vector, right? If the person killed another person with Chris Vector, teleport the player somewhere, right? I don't know, some place in the outside of the map. There you go. You can make a jail if you want, and then what you can say is you can have a boolean here in jail. Jail. Sorry, there we go. And what happens is you can set this jail set true, and teleport to somewhere here, some coordinates in the map. It's not exist yet here, but I will also that on players spawning, there will be also callback when someone is spawning. I haven't added this yet. What you can do is you can manipulate the place where they're spawning. Also, you can manipulate the weapons they're spawning with. And you literally make them a jail server. Of course, this is again up to you to do it. I'm just giving the API, and the rest is on your end. But yeah, this is pretty much the most of the stuff right at the moment. I will try to add more and more stuff. Like right now, what do you call, like this with this thing you can also manipulate the game mode selections, not the votes, but like actually like if you don't want conquest, let's say, you can take it out from what do you call, take it out from the map rotation, or you can enforce one single game mode. You can enforce a single map voting, right? Like you can I will make it that you can actually disable some game settings. Like again, that point is up to you to do what you call. You can enforce a class. Yes, you can enforce a class. You can, again, that will be really easy. On on roll. So let's say you want sniper only server, right?
Sniper only servers. Can we have pistol only
I mean,
servers?
yeah, I mean you can. There you go.
Oh, nice.
The player and the role. And there you go. If role is not recon, then return false. There you go. So this says if someone is requesting to be other than recon, then return false. Right? This could be actually this way too. This will make more sense. If the class is recon, let them actually change their class. Other way around, don't let them change any class. That's it. And yep. If you want RPG only server, in order to make RPG only server, there are a couple of ways to do it. One thing is you can manipulate while they're spawning, and then again, I haven't implemented yet, but I will implement it soon, today or tomorrow. Where when they're spawning, you can delete everything. You can delete the primary, secondary gadgets, and then keep only RPG on their loadouts. So they have only RPG on their loadout. That's it. And then there you go. You have a full pledge RPG on the server. Again, this is not exactly like modding. What do you call? This is not fully exactly like modding, but like I want to give you the option to do all this stuff without you needing to mod the server. Of course, it won't be equal as modding an actual server again. But at least I think this is a more proper way of doing it, and also when we do an update in the game, you don't have to rework a lot of stuff again and again and again. And I think this is more like long-term solution to do this. Of course, I will do my best to implement as much as possible here, but it will come in time. For example, right now there is no way to manipulate if someone is spawning somewhere, but I will add it today. One day later on, you can have your own vehicle spawning race, right? Let's say you want tank only server. I'm just giving an example. And then what you could do that time is you can manipulate the spawning times for the tanks and actually make them spawn faster. Then I can give you other callbacks where I can make you actually spawn things in the server. Like I can give you a way to spawn a tank. I can give you a way to spawn ammo kit somewhere. And you see where this is going, right? But this is pretty much the entire API idea I have. I'll write them implementing the basics only, the core. I will release this, and then we will start getting the application. We will open applications for server community servers, and then we will announce it completely to the entire community later on that we have served community servers properly. I will make sure in the server browser tab, in the in the server browser. I'm not sure how I will do it, but like I have to indicate very clearly what is community, what is not community. And also, I'm not sure how I will do the quick matching. That's one thing I'm not really figured out yet. Because imagine this way, you click on quick match, and then you join a sniper only server. That would be weird, because that's not what quick match is. The quick match just should be normal servers, just a quick match, right? Of course, you can implement other tones of sniper only or something, but that would be just weird. So, the community servers will be on the server browser only. I think that's the best way of doing it. again, also, most of you don't know, but we have actually voxel game modes. Actually, I want to show that too. 1 sec.
You launch a voxel file, a voxel server.
By the way, this is how you right now launch a server, but right now don't do it because it won't work. But this is how we will launch it when it's out. So there was like voxel mode. There we go. True. So what we have is we said you guys know ASO space, right? I'm hoping that everyone here knows what ASO space is.
Might not everyone, but a few might be. So
Majority. Okay.
yeah. So basically, for those who don't know it, you can Google it. It's like a simple shooter game. There was 3 weapons available, and you could build blocks. So you're in like a completely blocky Minecraft style environment, and you could build blocks and everything. To like build an environment, and you would fight. Fight in like a blocky world. Blocks were destroyed. Currently lives on as build and shoot.
Yeah.
If that's
So
right.
nice part is we actually have that game mode in BattleBit. Like we literally have voxel engine, a proper one where you can build blocks, destroy blocks, like ASAP space literally, but with BattleBit guns and gameplay, like ish gameplay, and vehicles as well. The one problem with that thing is it's completely different game than what we have. I mean, of course, the graphics are what you call still are blocky graphics, and weapons, gunplay is same. But imagine this way: you are pressing on quick match, and then you suddenly go to ASO space kind of map and game mode. That will be just so weird for anyone who's just want to play what do you call who just wants to play normal the game. So again, this is only community server, and again, there will be no official servers for Voxel. We cannot host it because it's a completely different game. The community can host this and make it that what do you call? Sorry, could you the official Voxel? Yeah, make it that people choose your server just to play Voxel. That's fine.
Yeah, I think that would be best through the server browser. Quick match on that would be really interesting. It's one of the reasons why it never made it to the game, like for the release, because the identity of BattleBit of being that large scale FPS and everything, voxel doesn't fit in it. It is not
Yeah, it does not,
what
exactly.
we kind of sell. So that's why it never made it. But we liked the game mode so much, so we have thought of a way to bring it back, and we will just relive it now in community servers, so that there's a game mode only available in community servers.
Yeah, again, this entire thing is only community servers. We cannot officially host it again. I will show you guys the what do you call this voxel game in a second. I have to build a build for this,
Yep.
but you will see what it looks like. Yeah, you can do competitive servers if you want. You can make it more hardcore. You can remove the vehicles from the server, the server, or like again, it's all up to you at that point.
Speaking about competitive, currently there's a CS:GO majors going on, the IEM. And if any one of you is in Cologne next week on the IEM main event, I will be there too. I will meet some of our FACEIT people, people we work with in person then finally. And just in overall, just somewhat enjoy my time there and see what an IEM is like. So it's half business, half enjoyment. So if anyone is there and you guys want to meet up, shoot me a message, because I will be around.
Okay. About the custom maps, one thing with the custom maps is that would be super cool. Yes, the problem with the custom maps is you cannot do it without modding the entire thing, and you have to mod both in client side and server side to make it work. So, and that's a lot of pain and make it to work. So, what I will suggest is just wait until we officially make a level editor in the game where it can be synchronized both client and server properly. But that will come in time. That's a lot of work to get it work. Right now, let's get the basics done, and then later on add tiny by tiny, slowly. So this is called voxel trench. Fortify, sorry. And there you go. You have full actually blockable blocks. I'm not gonna do it, but I know what I'm going to do.
You built a Nether portal. Are we going to the Nether?
Of course, not the report. That's a very short one, but
Oh, you remember the good times when we played Minecraft in VR? It was so
Anyway.
fun. It was so scary.
Anyway,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
know what you... Okay.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Every
Wasn't it...
single person going to it when they get
Yeah.
it.
So, yeah, it's like...
What do you call? So yeah, you have a game mode like this where you can. There's right now only 2 game modes. Which is one is where one side builds up. Two sides two sides builds up their own trenches, like blocks, houses, whatever you want, and there's like a zone in between that splits them, that does not allow to let them kill for 5 minutes. And after the entire thing starts, and everyone starts killing each other. And then you have a second one, which is, hold up, I have to switch map. Yeah, voxel trench, this one. Okay, it's going to take 40 seconds to choose.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much what do you call it? That one is actually has a map-ish, not exactly map like map-ish, where you can actually dig down and play the objectives. I think we can add more game modes into the what do you call to the voxel game modes, but again, that will take a while. Right now, we have only 2 game modes that does work. But yeah, you see where I'm going. This stuff is possible. It just you have to host it yourself for this stuff. Not we cannot do it officially.
Oh, look, what a funny looking flag. Oh, capture the flag would be really interesting in this.
Yep, I have to restart because I cannot rejoin the same level in editor. Sadly, that's a editor bugs. Yep. But yeah, with the community API, I think there will be a lot of ways to build a lot of their stuff. Different. I mean, you could technically recreate the cache run with different style of cache, right? You could have, just give an example again. You can have in cache, and then whenever whenever you kill someone, you add cache to them, and then let's say on player killed another player, right? And then again, I'm not gonna change the name, so I'm lazy to do that right now. But you can go cache plus equals another 50. This is the killer, and then you take the also cache plus equals. So what happens is add 50 cache whatever to the killer, and then if you also add the victim's cache to the first killers, and then set the what do you call? Set the victims. Actually, let me change it so it's easier to read. Victims cache is now 0. Again, it's an example, and you can now say message. You earned blah blah blah, right? And then you can also tell message to, I don't know, the victim, you lost all your cache, right? Again, and then you can go to the game server and say to chat, I don't know, killer got victims all cached to the chat server. I don't know, or if you want, announce it on somewhere, right? Again, this is all your own logic. It's up to you to what you want there. There we go. So yeah, don't mind that. That's a very much not intended something.
Man, what were the chances for this to happen? 0 point something percent? What?
That was
What? I got the M's off that actually, and like people asking me, wait, do you guys know that that exists in the game? I was like, yeah, I'm very much aware that it exists in the game. Ah,
There we go.
what was the percentage of this? Wasn't it like extremely
I'm
low?
in testing mode. I made it very high. It was very low.
You
It
should-
was for a joke purpose, but
It's okay, yeah.
yeah, it's a joke purpose. But you see where I'm going with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is how it looks like right now.
I have a strong feeling at some point in our lives we'll get sued by Microsoft or something.
Hope not. I mean,
I
we're
hope
not
so
really.
too.
We're not making any profit from their stuff. Just we are using Minecraft as a joke, and but yeah, if they are telling, hey, you are using this in unintended way, and then yeah, we remove it.
Yeah, we'll have to remove it. Or we alter it. Nah, okay, never mind.
Nintendo will be actually scary. I will be scared by Nintendo. But yeah, again, we played this on game mode before early access with playtesters, and to be honest, it's actually really fun. When there's like people building, going all the way up, and then building their own small houses. Build not exactly houses like the trenches ish. Yeah, it's a fun game mode. And if you have played Ace of Space, it will definitely bring old memories. Again, this will definitely take a community server to host it. But yeah, that's mostly all from my end. You have the community API that is coming in, and as soon as there's a limit, but not with the API. But yeah, so API is coming, and I will give tons of examples for API to how to implement different kind of stuff, and I will do my best to help my end to give you, if you have any questions on that, as how to implement this kind of logic, and then see if you can implement it together, or I have to implement something API to make it work. But that's gonna take a while, the time on my end as well. As an ETA for this, right now I'm targeting. Again, I want to get the community service ASAP, so it's either next week or next week.
So in 2 weeks.
Because
Then.
it will take 1 to 2 weeks more. I still need time to get the finish this community API, create a proper EULA TOS, like implement our backend to make it support. Also, I have to talk with Cloudflare because we are using WebSockets for backend connection, and apparently there's a WebSocket limitation on Cloudflare, so I have to increase that from their end to make it more stable for community service as well. This kind of stuff has to be done first, but again, I want to get this ASAP done, because one thing that I do also feel is right now official servers have the same style all the time. Like it's always conquest, it's always something. It's just like no difference. It's the same thing, just played over and over again. The reality is, despite I should not say it, it's getting somewhat boring after a while when you play it for too long. I feel the same way. And the thing is, I cannot go myself and implement every single kind of sniper only, pistol only, or helicopter, whatever, or different kind of game modes. So I let you guys create an API. I create an API and give you guys the tools to do it. Community servers actually help us get the server browser more variant on this. I think that's something that will be really interesting. I think benefit everyone. Fergus tends to Tom 24/7. Yeah, you can manipulate I'm reading right now the here. That's where I'm responding from.
The Discord one. Yeah,
I'm reading Discord.
You check the Twitch chat too.
Twitch is right now is closed.
Why did you close the Twitch?
But yeah, you can technically manipulate the server map rotation and make it on a single map, and then you have a 24/7 single
they
map,
cry
right?
now. Well, you made them. You can't be like that. Let me send you the link. Come
Yes, send me the link
on.
again. Diamonds will be added to servers.
Everyone is
I mean,
sad
that
now.
diamond's supposed to be actually something very Easter egg-ish. It's only voxel. People later for options stop people equipping certain weapons. Yes, Gaber Valley. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. So again, when someone is when someone is spawning, you will able to temper the tools they are spawning with. You can deny their spawn request, or you can you can say no, you cannot spawn with RPG. I'm gonna remove it. There you go. And you can technically limit the stuff that people spawning with, right? You cannot manipulate their body size. No, Axiom.
Oh, that would
You
be
can
fun.
alter you will able to alter damages to some extent. Like there's a damage multiplier. Gravity. I will have to think about that. That's gonna be hard. Can I modify my values? Not with the API. I will have to implement something like that for that. For adding Asian servers, except no, we won't be adding more servers in Asia except Japan.
Gravity would be really interesting. Do you remember? Was it Enlisted that it is an April Fools where they basically remade the entire game and had it in space?
No, I didn't know.
Uh,
When using
they
a player request and change role and force party class in your server, how can the server handle the fact that the player automatically has a class when joining? Okay, Frol, about that, Frol just said this, which is he's saying, when using on-player requesting to change role to enforce particular classes in your server, how can the server handle the fact that the player automatically has a class when joins? Is that player's last class remembered when this function is called by something, or this function bypassed when player first joins? So what happens is, whenever you join the server, you're actually not the class that you have last chosen. What happens is you're actually playing as Assault, and the game automatically requests to change your class to support. Let's say you're a support player. When you join a squad, the game does automatically for you, and that's how people continue playing with their classes without them needing to click on the class they play with. But that's also a request. It means you can technically deny it, and then they will not able to play with the class they want to play at that point. Again, this is your rules. About the feedback on the API, I will create what they call proper sections in the community hosting server, Discord server. Um, don't do it on GitHub. Do it. The GitHub is more like issues part, but like the bugs and stuff. But like the feedback will be on more so on Discord. Can I make every weapon have AOE damage? I don't know what AOE damage is.
it's like a side effect damage. So, oh no, it was area
Um,
effect. It was
not
area effect.
area effect. You could take. Okay, with the current API, no, you cannot do that. I will have to implement more software. Like, what you could do is, um,
God, AOE like
I'm
explosive
thinking,
bullets.
that
No.
would be hard to implement. No, that would be really hard. I mean, what technical I'm thinking is, you could get a callback when someone fires a weapon and then get the position where they hit, but that would be a lot of intensive as network. Imagine your API is getting every single shot and every single hit. And what you could do at that point is you could say, okay, if this person used, I don't know, some weapon, spawn an explosion in that hit position, right? And that will look like the weapon is actually have area effect style bullets. If that makes sense. Or what you could do is also a pistol shooting rockets would be when someone fires a pistol, you can spawn a rocket at the direction of the pistol's projectile, the bullet's projectile direction and position, and that will look like a pistol is actually shooting a rocket. But again, this kind of stuff will take a while to implement all the way. Like it's not something gonna be that fast. Right now, just the basic stuff, which is get the connecting, disconnecting stats, right? The chat, that kind of stuff, map rotations, and I will be adding more details further in the line.
Well, I have to agree with some people in here. Like, if you like your KDs, yeah, that will be really interesting.
What do you mean? Sorry.
If people,
What's the question?
some people are all about KD, like how high their KD is, and all of this. Yeah, it will mess around a lot with their KDs.
I mean, what you could also do is, oh wait, player stats. Oops, player get stats. Steam ID.
Wait, can you limit
And
people that join a server by
yeah,
KD?
yeah, you can. You can. That's the thing. And then if actually there's no way to deny this server right at no, you can actually hold on. Progress that
So you could
kill.
do a top limit
So
to have like noob
what
friendly
KD
servers.
is kill count divided by that count, other way around, I believe. Which one? Kills. Yeah, and KD is 1. Okay, right now there's a way of doing it, but it's a very spaghetti way of doing it. But we can technically, I can technically make something here where denies that join as well. So right now the way of doing this will be okay, this is not good way of doing it, but is banned. You could set this to true at the moment, but I will create a much proper thing where you will just give a message to the user says, hey, you have high KD and you cannot join the server. I don't know, just example again, right? You can't kick out, but right now this is a Steam ID. I mean, actually, hold up. What you could do as well is you could get the game server and then kick the player. But yeah, again,
Oh, but it would be
what?
interesting for like new players. So like 1 year down the line, when there's a lot of high end players and new players come into the game, they will have a hard time. So it would be interesting to have servers with people that generally are not that good. So we have
The
like
thing is,
noob friendly servers.
Okay, the one problem with that thing is they will not actually have the access to the proper stats, so they will not know which one is actually a good player or not.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the problem. But again, I mean, you can blacklist people, you can make only whitelist people again. But yeah.
But yeah.
But that's pretty much all, mostly all. All right, that's pretty much all from my end. Again, this will be coming in 1 to 2. No, you can't kick or warn people. No, Elliot, you can't kick or warn people. Like I can't technically, I don't know. Like killed. Just give an example really fast.
Okay. Well, you
Do you
give that
have the
example.
kill?
I have a cat between my legs, and it desperately needs food.
Like you can warn them, you can message them, you can
We're
kill
back.
them, change their team, disband their squad. At the moment, at like kick from their squad, kill them, send them a message, promote them squad leader, right? Set their role to something else. I don't know. Also, I don't know. If they kill someone, the killer will be a solar at the moment, right? Like I will be adding more stuff here, of course. The setting role, teleport, warn them for you killed a noob, right? There we go. But yeah.
But yeah, I'm back. Hello.
Oh yeah, but moderation in the community servers. Yes, that's something I will make sure that. Again, that's a good point. In the community servers, you will be responsible of moderating your own server. If you're hosting a server, I will expect you to moderate your server, and then that will be actually something you will be forced to do it. Like if you are not what do you call? If you are not moderating your server to some extent, we won't let you host a server. The main reason is majority of the players do not really like, they just want to play the game, and then if the majority of servers are not moderated, then it will be just a bad experience for who wants to play the game. So there will be enforcement saying, if you want to host a server, you will be responsible of moderating your own server. Make sure that people are not being extreme rate. I mean, of course, you cannot interfere too much, but you have to have some kind of moderation there. So there will be also, I didn't implement it yet, but there will be also callback here on a player reported another player. There will be a callback like this here, and this you will be responsible of what they call handling this. Implement yourself. You have to implement your own, like on type message, right? And then what you can do there is, I'm not gonna implement fully because you know what I'm gonna be implementing, but
Just
I mean,
tried to open the chat.
if message contains the N word, you know what it is. Player.kick, not kick. There you go, kick. And this point, racism is not accepted, or I don't know, tolerated, or something. There you go. So there you go. You have a very straightforward, simple to bypass chat filter there. Or you can ban them if you want, right? So plugins are not something we will provide. We will provide the API. You can create a plugin on top of this. Like, you can create an API that listens this. Like, you can have another callback here, filter chat. There you go, right? And then this could be what you call your chat filter plugin, I don't know, or whatever library that would listen any message that is coming. And then there you go. You do filter here. You do map voting here. You do, I don't know, some other stuff here, right?
I say yes. Oh yes.
I mean, yeah. I think when I have a bit more examples like written, and I'll also make YouTube tutorials as well to make it easier to write stuff. And then there's people using it and seeing the results themselves. I think it will be much more easy to see, like what is possible, what is not. And if there are cases where things are not possible, I will see if I can implement the API so you don't have to do it in spaghetti ways or other ways, get around it. But yeah, that's mostly all from my end. Shoot any questions if you guys have any.
If, for example, you have two different servers,
Yeah,
and they like agree between each other to make a database for ban,
yeah,
they
yeah.
can make
You
sharing
can,
bans.
of course. I mean, it's up. I mean, what they will do is, the thing is, they will have to create a pool of API. So what they will do is they will create an API where both servers can access. So this is like the database, right? DB ban of bans, and then you have two APIs. I don't know, your two APIs here, an API, and both uses that API to fetch the ban player list or stats, or I don't know, or like, again, it's completely up to their own implementation.
Gotcha.
I mean, technically, you can implement Discord bot here. Like, so for example, give an example again. When someone types a message, you can create a Discord bot and make it message to your channel, right? Or it's up to you at that point. Or when someone kills someone, you can log a server in Discord. I don't know.
That would be actually.
It's C sharp. I mean, it's literally it's C sharp. I mean, implementation is your end.
So that would actually be interesting. There's some servers out here on Discord, like they have like a global text thing where it's just one bot sitting in all these servers and just posting the same message over all servers. So it would be really funny if we would actually be able to drop the BattleBit messages in a server, so you could like have the full chat logs and everything. Which
There we go. I mean, yeah, again, that stuff is definitely possible. Any other
abilities are
questions?
endless.
Sorry, son, how does a person host a server? Right now, you cannot host a server yet. We will open applications and then we will give the guide to how to host a server and then get whitelisted to the server browser.
Speaking about that, I think at best we
1
build.
second. If you report someone for say cheating and will that go through the server admins and the master server admins, or just server admins? If someone reports someone for cheating, that will go through both both the server admins and the official admins, both of them. Like the
Yeah, but like any other offense, like discrimination in voice, discrimination in text, or exploiting exploiting maybe two, but griefing that's like only on server sided, or like on these admins now, and like everything regards to
1 sec.
cheating,
I'm
then
trying
will
to
go to us too.
Okay, I'm trying to follow up with the chat. 1 sec. I would like to calculate if player can see player B. No, you cannot calculate that, Mabel. That's the thing. The AP, you need to have the actual game server to do that. Like, you need actual game server. You need to mod the game server to check if player A can see player B with writecasts, which extremely expensive and won't be too much accuracy. You cannot change the weapon progression with the API now. Sadly, that will be too much because that has to be changed both in client and server side at the same time, and that will be really hard. Like it can happen in very long future, but right now I think it's very detailed. Can we get the same literal page rule? Yeah. Also, yeah, you do have your own server's page rule as well. Yeah. I haven't implemented yet, but you will implement your own server rules. Like when you get into the game, you see server rules and you have to accept it, right? Server admins will able to customize that completely to what they want.
Well, not completely. Some basic rules should always apply.
I mean, of course, some not racism, etc., but they will have to put this themselves there. ALI will make sure that they are moderating what do you call their own server. ILA and the agreement they will do with us. Will there be a report server button for community servers only? Report server button? I'm not sure what that means exactly. Epic
So
Buff.
if a server breaks the terms of service, for example, and if they do some sketchy
Ah,
shit, that you can report that
yeah.
server, and we will. That might be a good idea. So
That's
if
a
you
good
guys
idea, actually,
find a bad server, that we will get a ticket for it and can investigate on it, like everything else in the game right now. That's actually a really good idea. Okay.
Will voice lines like TF2 permanent textual in chat or something? No, we won't have any voice lines. No.
Oh.
Ping system, if you ping or flanking, we had more complicated ping system, but it did not work. So we won't have more complicated, complex ping system, than what we have right now. I will work on improving the ping system, but I won't make it like a more advanced because we did it more advanced and it did not work well. Cert official progression will be able to enable the civil specific maps and game modes. Servers with official progression. Those has to be what do you call? Like they have to go through official partner servers. For example, we have Hostelwalk, who is hosting majority, all almost except Brazil servers.
Mods is here.
Oh, you
Actually,
see? Oh,
yeah.
crazy. Okay, I didn't have.
Yeah, he's in the
Hey,
audience. I
Maz.
seen him earlier.
Oh, hey, Maz. Okay, yeah. So you guys will have, if you guys choose to rent a server from, for example, Hostelwalk, then you won't be able to, for example, temper the XP boost, etc. But you can change the map rotation, for example. You can change the game mode rotation as well. Yeah, that's
people ask about when the clans will reopen. That's what I've gotten a lot in the last few days.
Still sometime there it will take a while still.
Yeah. Yeah, so we are
Yeah.
adjusting the system on clans a little
People
bit. So
people
take-
who banned from main game will not able to join community servers as well. Like if you get banned from main game, you cannot join any servers. But if you get banned from a community server, you can join other servers as well, unless community server has a proof of you cheating, proof of not you, but like the person who's cheating. And then reports us, hey, this guy cheated on my server. Here's the proof. Then we will also ban it on same as how we investigate on the reporting law of your servers. People do record and submit there. It will be same.
That might be a good idea, now that I think about it. If we actually create another Discord server to put in all the approved people. So we have like a closer... yeah. So we have a closer communication with everyone that is approved for running servers.
I want to see how many Discord servers we have for BattleBit. 1, 2, 3,
13?
4, 5,
15?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 servers only for BattleBit. That's crazy.
Yeah. So like basically every project within BattleBit has we just created a new server for it so we can keep everything separate because there's like so much going on in the background. That trailer has its own server, the community's hosting has an own server. Then I built like the wiki with some people that is an own server. There's a bunch of separate servers next to the BattleBit one.
But yeah, again, with this API, you will able to customize to some level, and then implement your own logic. And I will give my best to implement the settings where you can change it to more milsim or more arcade style. But again, more details will come in time with more more feedback from you guys. Hey, can you add what you call? For give an example. Let's say you want to host a milsim server and then you want to have player collision, right? Which is I find very annoying sometimes in games. Personally, where you want player collision, you want not players to clip each other. So you want a setting that you can change it, and then I added to the API where you can change anytime at the moment, and there you go. That will be a setting, but that will come with the time. Will the API allow you to use all weapons and attachments in your community server, regardless of your progression? Yes. The community servers, you have all the control over the player stats, so you can make it all unlocked, nothing unlocked. It's up to you to do that. I'm not sure what you mean by third-party HUDs. Anyway.
There's one question about milsim mode. So with the community servers, you can make the game more hardcore if you want to, but milsim mode will come with completely new features.
Exactly.
So that will still be different.
Like that's the thing. There will be sometime when there's like we complete the community servers and add a bit more content to the game and fix the some aspects of the game. When the current version is fine running well, I will start setting it and working on more milsim version of the game. Later we'll get into more milsim version of the vehicles as well, and the Velasquez will work on more milsim version of the maps only for milsim, and then we will create an additional, not like the core, additional game mode maps, gadgets, just for hardcore milsim style. But again, this is a completely additional thing in feature.
Yeah, and about competitive, I've seen a question about competitive. So I have some plans. We're doing a lot of testing. The pilot season is currently running. I think there's a game currently going on. It might still be ongoing, and there's definitely a second game that started fairly recently. That is definitely coming. It's just nothing that we can run on a scale yet. So running that in a big scale, that would still be questionable. But definitely plans for it. definitely working towards that.
All right.
All right. Bill.
All right, we hit the 1 hour 30 minutes.
I'll open it. Velasquez, you got anything this week you want to talk about?
To be honest, everything is kind of still nothing to show because I need approval from Oki to make that work. So for now, I can't show anything to provide broken premises.
All right. Yeah, somewhat. Well, I have a lot of things. I would have a lot of things to show, but if I would show them already, that would kind of take away the fun in it. So nothing from my end too. Then
All right. Yeah, my end pretty much just I have been working on what do you call
you have been working on the community service, on the funny thing.
yeah, community servers.
All right.
All right,
Then
we can end the stage for the moment. Again, this community server thing will be coming in either a week or two.
Yep.
Like that's my goal. I have been working on this and want to make it work as soon as possible, and start working on other details later on with the community servers.
so
Will be there hot fixes in between? Like
hot fixes. This weekend there won't be hot fix yet. I will. I'm trying to finish this first, but at the same time, I'm scared if I broke some stuff on right now official servers, so I will have to test it well when I'm building a new build and upload to Steam. Because while I implemented community stats, I had to change a lot of stuff that how we do host servers. So that's gonna take a while.
yeah, so rather do testing before we break the game again. Yeah. Okay. Single small side note for next week. The next Dev podcast will not be on Saturday. I moved it to Friday, yet same time. Mainly because I will leave to Cologne on Saturday to meet our people at Faces. Face it.
Face it.
Yeah.
All right.
Then
Enjoy your time.
I will make good deals. I hope. Everything is basically written down on paper, so nothing to change anymore. All right. Then I won. Thanks. What? Why are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing at me? Okay. Okay, we have to do the.
I'm so sorry.
We have to do the thing with the Linus team. Speaking about Linus team, Linus Tech Tips, Linus Fest thing is going on this weekend, and we have to still source the servers for them. Yeah.
Oh my God. Gluten free.
What? What?
Jeez.
I'm sorry. I'm the most serious person in this team. No, wait. Is that
I
picture?
pinned you. No, I pinned you.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Jesus,
everyone has
Larry.
its own kinks, I guess. Face it, NDG.
Anyway,
Anyway, it was fun. Today I actually announced who I'll host because I will host Raid, a friend of mine. She just started playing the game, like level 4 now. That will be very fun to watch. All right.
All right. One thing here is I will also edit I think that I've seen a couple questions. You will have actually maybe I will get something weird here. For example, on get
Huh? Wait, what are you?
player says, but I'm still sharing your screen, right?
Yeah,
I
you're
am,
still sharing
right?
your screen. I was about to raid, and like
Just a
end
second.
it.
Just a second.
All right.
I could also get another stats here that says official one, and then you could either choose to override official stats or you can choose to not override it. Does that make it any better for people who were asking for returning official stats? This does not mean you can. This does not mean you can. You can have progression, but it means you can get the official stats and add on top of it. If that makes sense.
So
Does this okay? That will make it more okay. I will change it to this way. So this way you can get the official stats, but you can. It's up to you to what do you call? Up to you to override it, add it, change it, temper it, reset it. But you do get support with official stats here. I can make that work. Yeah. No worries on that.
And right after this, I will finally add the stream, the VOD of the stream on
So
YouTube
one more
again.
second. So
Alright.
one more second. This is more technical. On the player stats, what is provided here is what will be provided is you have player progress, which is this entire thing: XP shells, fire shells, headshots, the scores, right? And then you have the tool progress achievements and such. Those are right now byte arrays, which is it doesn't exactly tell which weapon. So right now, what tools this is? It's a data that stores how many kills you have per weapon and what's the distance, what's the longest distance you achieve with that weapon with killing someone. For example, in the game, when you go to the what do you call stats pay your own stats, you see how many kills you have with that weapon and what is the distance, the longest kill you have with that weapon, right? So this is what full progress is. Achievements is not used at the moment, but it's when we have achievements in the game and we implement that, this will be used. Selections are pretty much the things you select. Like for example, you choosing to select what M4 with ACOG and I don't know, some barrel. This is where this is stored at. That makes sense.
People are asking about dating and romance in the game. If you guys are looking for
I
that,
mean,
play Doki
please.
Doki Literature Club. There is a game you
Oh
can
my
date Oki in. I think. Wasn't it a dating simulator?
That's a dating simulator, I believe. I guess, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess you could do that.
So if
but
anyone wants to date Oki, we take
no,
applications.
no, someone just. I mean, whatever. Anyway.
Uh, okay, okay. Oh yeah, or we host a server with the name Dating Central.
Jesus.
We freeze everyone in
Alright.
place and they can only type in chat. Alright.
God.
After,
alright.
yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Larry.
Go
yeah,
ahead.
no, nothing else. Nothing
Okay,
else on
nothing
my end.
else?
I was going to say, I think we are finished. I was going to
Are
say.
you sure about that? Oh, we are finished. Oh,
I mean, I mean, what do you call? I can go more detail. I can go more technical here, but like I think I get the point. What you can do, what you cannot do with the API at the moment, and what is the feature of it. That should be enough.
I wanted to bring a random fact. I just forgot it. I learned something really cool this week, and now I just forgot it again.
I was going to, okay, about DDoS protection. One thing, actually, that's a serious problem. Guys, there's one thing about DDoS. So, the reality is, since today we went to early access, we are still getting DDoS attacks. Like, literally, like, I'm not joking, by the way. Exactly 15 minutes ago, we had another attack. Like, literally 15 minutes ago, while we were talking in the stage. It's still happening daily. It's something very commonly happening every single day. It's just we are no longer announcing it because it's just it became something very daily routine. So the thing is, when we allow community servers, the community servers will be DDoSed. That's just a reality because we already had some test community servers and they were DDoSed already. Official servers have a firewall. There are some cases where the firewall also has some weaknesses, which we do what do you call improve when that case happens. But the problem with the DDoS is the community server owner will have to take care of it. Like we cannot really do something because it's on the hosting side. That's the problem. Like the game has rate limit in the calls, but the thing is, the DDoS itself does not kill the server. It kills the entire the OS generally. Like someone attacks with, I don't know, 100 gig per second, and then when it reaches Windows, which is sadly we are hosting in Windows, due to the game servers are not stable on Linux. You can try it, but I will tell you it won't be stable that much. the OS just crashes. Like it's not doesn't crash, but like it slows down heavily that everyone disconnects, and that is a problem. So you will have to protect your own servers against DDoSes. We have what do you call? There are some protections in the application layer, but the application layer does not protect anything literally, actually. But yeah.
It's time. It's time.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
do you want to go? We can
Yeah,
have
yeah.
Yeah.
In general, when you host your own server, if someone is hating you for some particular reason, then you will get DDoS definitely, because that person will likely they will do it, because since right now it's very easy to DDoS anyone in the internet cell. The tools are very widely open to do it anyway, sadly, and or people just gonna do it because they just want to enjoy running a server. So that's something we will have to look into more, and how we can help community servers to defend their own servers. Taylor, we do use AWS for backend, by the way, not game servers.
All right. Very much. It was a very nice talking with you.
You too, Larry. Thank you.
Yeah. Next week maybe I have more to tell, more to show, more to do and thing. All right. I think we'll leave everyone to it. I hope you all will have a very enjoyable evening still, a very enjoyable day. I think it's just morning in the US right now, so I hope you all will have a very wonderful day. It was a pleasure talking with all of you. It was a pleasure. It was my pleasure. Yeah?
One thing is the server provider, we will be like partner server provider. They will have some level of protection, of course. Like it's not coming without protection at all. Like they have their own DDoS protection as well.
So am I.
But the thing is, the filters are not exactly for BattleBit. It's more generic filters. So there are still ways to take down servers, sadly. But again, I will have to talk with the server provider, that the official server provider, and see if we can utilize the firewall we have, maybe for also community servers, and make those servers also protected the same way as we have. But that's much harder than just hosting a normal community server, so that will take a while as well.
Yep.
But the thing is, if you're hosting a game server, time to time, I mean, this is for any game, it's not for Bell, but you should expect time to time DDoSes if someone is, I don't know, pissing you, or someone just pissed at you, or generally just someone wants to go to server and crash it down, and then you know how it goes.
All right. I did my outro already, so we'll just go and change the thing. Will you enter stage for me?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Before ending,
ending,
I will share the details when this API thing is done, when we have its proper TOS and EULA. I will share all that details in the hosting, what do you call?
in the hosting server.
In the hosting server. I will announce there all the way there. And we will do a proper announcement in the main server, in Steam, in Twitter, everywhere, when we fully introduce the community servers in the server browser. But what's going to happen is, first I will talk with the people who want to host a server, and get them to the server browser first, and test it. And when it's all set up, then we will announce it in Discord, like in the main Discord, and in Twitter and the Steam as well. So from someone who's just playing the game, we make an update, and then community servers are there. Sniper only, Milsim server, RP server, whatever, or some different game mode, or Voxels Gamemode server suddenly there. All right, that will be all. I'm gonna end the stage. This doesn't.
All right.
End,
I must switch the thing to the